Thank you for tuning in to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. Welcome to the Ask Shakaama Anything. All right, let's get right to the questions. Okay, Vince Rashad asks, how can I legally invest $5,000 to double or quadruple it? Very easily, investing in real estate and flipping a house. With $5,000, you can very easily make $40,000. Easily. Next question, or the next one I think is just a statement. Love 83 forever. I love the approach that you take. You come with dignity and pride of your color. So this is a British person, I guess. I wish there were more black people like you. You never focus on derogatory, that's not a word, derogatory aspects that these so-called other people focus on. You uplift and challenge people to be intelligent, wealthy, and conscious of their actions. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Nasafael Page. Shakaama, what are your thoughts on the current global economic depression, and where do you see the role of the United States as a superpower in the near future? Also, how can one be prepared against what many experts call a total collapse of the U.S. petrodollar? Okay, global economic depression. I don't think it has even gotten into its full stride yet. I think what's going to happen is that Greece is going to leave the EU. Portugal is going to leave the EU. Italy is going to leave the EU. Spain is going to leave the EU. And since Germany and France are going to be done with those, there's no really reason to keep the EU going, and they are going to remove themselves. And all of those countries, if they're allowed to, that are going to leave the EU, they're going to then reevaluate their national currency, and they're going to switch to making their currency stronger, and you're going to have a strengthening of the economy if the politicians actually care about their own country. And as you can see with Greece, the current situation where the new parliament took over, and that was the first thing that they are doing is strengthening the Greek economy, reevaluating the debt crisis that the country has, and trying to completely get out of it as well as they should. The United States as a superpower, the United States is no longer a superpower. We are an empire in the last days of its death throes. We no longer hold sway to the tune that people will automatically listen to us. With the advent of the EU, we are shown that we can be taken out easily. And with China and Russia and the BRICS nations coming to power, their nations and their trade is going to eclipse the EU and the United States very easily. China has been strengthening their economy. They have eclipsed the U.S. economy as well. They should. They have 1 billion people there very easily. All they have to do is incorporate the rural people. As of yet, they have not incorporated the people on the countryside, the farmers and such. They have kept them actually separate from their economy. There's a lot of poverty in those areas, but once they incorporate those people, the economy is going to be the wealthiest economy on the planet. Russia will be right behind them as far as economics go, and the United States and the European powers will not even be a comparison that you can even make. We will be so low on the totem pole. We're already low on the totem. The United States is already 30th place in education, healthcare. I mean, all sorts of things. We are really. Have you seen the little clip from the movie? I believe Broadcast. That clip was a little peek into the future. How can we be prepared against total collapse? Hard assets. Look it up and go get them. That's real estate. That's gold, silver, creating farmland, creating your own sustainability. And I don't mean sustainability like the NWO means sustainability. I mean that you are self-sufficient, that you do not have to go to the supermarket. You do not have to go to the gas station. You don't have to pay an electric bill. That's what I mean by sustainable, that even if the city collapsed, you are fine. And Hollywood actually portrays that in movies a lot, and they always portray those people as being evil. Oh, they're evil. Oh, the world has collapsed. You owe it to the rest of us to share your food with us. Why? It's the story of Noah. That's all it is. I know people want to take the Bible literally. No. The story of Noah is be self-sufficient. He built an ark. He put it with food. He had all the animals. He had his family, and his family wasn't just a couple of people. His family was like 30, 40, 50 people. That's what the story was about. Self-sustainability, even in light of the city going to hell. Everybody wants to take things literal. It was an allegory, and it's not from the Jew. That story isn't a Jewish story. I think it's from the Sumerians or from Africa, because the Jews, nothing ever happened to the Jews. The Jews, the people, the Bible that you read, all of those stories happened to other people. The Jews collected those stories and then placed their, signed their name on it. Oh, this happened to us. Noah wasn't a Hebrew, nor wasn't a Israelite, nor wasn't a Jew. This happened to somebody thousands of years ago. Not that it happened, but the story is from thousands of years ago, before Jews even came onto the scene. Hollywood portrays those types of people as evil. Now, in light of that, now you go back to the movie, the last iteration of Noah, and Noah is evil. Noah is evil, evil, evil. And Noah tries to talk to God, and God never answers. We are looking at Noah as somebody who's just crazy. Self-sustainability. When the city collapses, when the state collapses, when the country collapses, you can exist on your own. And by I say collapse, I don't mean like there's Armageddon. I don't mean that there's police goose stepping down the street like they already are. I mean that banks shut down or are shut down or willingly shut down, just like it happened in 2008. They flexed their muscles to show you when they got good and ready, they could collapse the entire country. Are you able to survive with that happening again and on a global scale? Great question. Some more. What haven't you done? Actually, of the things that I do them all mediocre. I do a lot of things mediocrely. I fenced in Paris, but I'm not an Olympiad. I rode equestrian horses, but I never competed. I wrestled, but I never won. Well, I won once. I did tennis. I could fight off a professional tennis player. I could return his service. I could go rounds with him, but I never joined the tennis circuit. I play piano almost at a concert level, but I never did the concert tours. And a lot of these things that I did, and the reason I'm mediocre at them, is that my family said that because it wasn't for God, I shouldn't do it. There you go. There's a slap in the face for you. There's a kick in the nuts right there for you. Oh, and you think that they're weird and strange and kooky? No, that's the average Christian for you. And I'll just leave that right there. Nianam M. Do you eat of the swine, my brother? Do I eat pork? Sure, I eat pork. Yes. The Bible talks about don't eat pork, blah, 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 blah. In those days, pigs literally ate crap. These days, pigs are literally fed stuff that's genetically modified. Anyway, everything's completely, pigs eat like humans now. Pigs are bathed like humans now. It's not until they get to the slaughterhouse where you have all these diseases and stuff floating around. But pigs are not as unclean as they were in the Bible days. But neither was water. Neither was wine. People didn't drink water because water would kill you in those days. So this concentration on pork is ridiculous. Niam M, another question. And was you aware you look like Lord Infamous? I have no idea who that is. Callie 115, I have a question. When you showed a video of your extended family, they were Caucasian. Are you adopted or the child of an interracial home Or are your grandparents an interracial couple or adopted one of your parents? I'm not trying to be offensive. And if I am, please pardon me. But since you showed your family, I was curious. That's not my family. That was my roommate's family. I said this is his clan, his family. Milan Kai, what are your thoughts on the number of women coming forth and accusing Bill Cosby of rape? Well, the number of women, succinctly, I think they're all lying. And I don't mean just lying. I mean, they are intentionally lying. And I think they were intentionally paid and brought forth. The allegations are actually really old. Why there 30 or 33 women doing it? That's the number. If they could get 50, they could get 100. But now, as the psychology goes, a rapist never ever changes. So the allegations are in fact 30 years old. There was some activity of him paying somebody off 10 years ago, but that's simply because when you're rich, I know you people asking these questions don't understand. When you're rich, you weigh, and I tell you to do this all the time. I say, take out your book and tell me how much electricity it costs for you to charge your iPhone, and are you making money on it? And nobody ever does it, right? Nobody ever gets down to the counting the pennies. For the person who has about how could he double his $5,000? You have to count your pennies when you're investing in real estate and flipping houses. You have to count how much your contractor is charging you, how much gasoline it takes for you to go from your house to the hardware store, buy the hardware, come to the property location, and pay for you have to count all of that. People don't understand when you have money and somebody sues you, if you definitely have to respond, because if they bring it into court, you have to respond. The judge is going to require you to respond. If you do not show up in court, the judge is going to make a summary judgment against you, and you're going to have to do whatever the judge decides at the time, right? So you have to respond. So the rich person says, is this worth my time? And they have a lawyer too. The people suing you, they have a lawyer too. So your lawyer tells the other lawyer, my client doesn't feel this is worth his time. We can give you this to go away. And when I say go away, that doesn't mean pay off. I know Hollywood likes to, he paid them off. No, it means go away. Leave me the hell alone. And that's what paying somebody off means. Leave me the hell. I don't curse. So think of all the worst possible curse words you could put into that sentence. Leave me the hell alone. Go the hell away. The woman sued him 10 years ago, and he gave her money to go away. These other 30 women, everybody says, they're not in it for the money. Yes, they are in it for the money. The fact that you're hearing it means they were paid at least $10,000 just to get on camera and say it. If you don't even know your own system, you need to go kill yourself. Or listen to me, learn what you're watching, learn the system, and then formulate an idea. These women are making at least $10,000, $15,000. Do you know the woman that sued him tried to sue him many times, tried to get it in the newspaper many times, and she went from $30,000 all the way down to $10,000. Please just pay me $10,000. I'll tell you this story. Nobody was interested. If you don't understand, then you're not an adult. You're a 2-year-old. Now, Dick Gregory, I can't think of I've heard at least 20 rich black men, the Wayans brothers, have all said the same exact thing. You all sitting at home, watching TV, couch potatoes, people who go to work and that's their only living, you all don't understand. When they come for you, and they mean the powerful people in Hollywood, the powerful people in DC, the powerful people in the media. When they come for you, that's exactly how they do it. Bill Cosby made the mistake of thinking he lived in a free country. And no, this has nothing to do with black people. And black people, you're so ignorant to even jump in the middle of this and be used again by the Democratic Party. You're jumping into a cesspool and you don't even know it. You don't even realize it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I have an opinion on Bill Cosby. Shut the hell up. This isn't even about you. This is some underhanded power player game that is going on. 33 women? Really? If Bill Cosby was a real rapist, there would be thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. I want you to count from 1960 to 2015. If Bill Cosby was a rapist, and I want you to count every night. How many nights are from 1960 to 2015? How many nights are in that? That's how many women should be coming forward if he was a real rapist. That's just mathematical. Black people are jumping into this thinking they know, oh, I got an opinion on this. No. All these powerful black men, rich black men, the Wayans, even the black guy on CNN who's not really black, Dick Gregory, they say when they come for you, they come and just run you right over, and you don't have a friend. Ironically, all of those people are there. You would think that they would be a friend to Bill Cosby. It's warfare. This is warfare. And black people don't know how to play warfare at that level. You don't understand. You don't get it. They said time and time again. Dick Gregory had the same exact thing happen to him. And get this, his own lawyer was in on it. A white woman came after him he had never seen before. And they showed him pictures of him meeting the woman 20 years earlier. And he says he recalls the meeting after being shown everything. And the woman merely sat down for him. And here's what he said. Make sure you never sit at a bar. In a restaurant, don't sit at the bar. Because at a bar, you can't control who sits next to you. But if you're sitting at a table, people can't willy-nilly sit next to you. They just can't come right up and sit right next to you. He said he sat at the bar, somebody clicked a picture, and so 20 years later, she sues him as a rapist, for rape, as coming into his hotel. He said the reason he was able to get off was because he got tired at a session that he had and came back to the hotel early, saw that somebody had got into the hotel with access. He called his man, he called the hotel manager, and he said somebody has been in my room while I was out. Now, he has his driver, his lawyer, his publicist who are with him, so they know where he is. They knew he was at a recording session. He comes back early, and when they call the hotel staff, all of those people are with him. He's never been out of their sight. So when he says somebody's been in my room, and they go into the room and they find women's panties, women's shoes, women's dress, women's perfume, condoms. And when they go and check the security, somebody had accessed the room while he's at his recording session. He says, when they come for you, they come for you. Now they were thinking that they could get him. Now he said he paid his lawyer $1 million for the lawyer to handle this. He said the lawyer told him, this is how this is going to go down. You pay me $1 million. Period. Point blank. Because they got you. They hired a private investigator. They had a secret guy to do all this. Without me, you're going down. Pay me $1 million and this will go away. When they come for you, they come for you. All right. Next question. Mike C. What are your thoughts on Ben Carson? Are his political views close enough to libertarian values for you to support him? I do support him, by the way. Yeah, I think Ben Carson, I like Ben Carson, but he's a Republican. I don't think he understands. He is for the Republican Party, and he is super duper 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 religious. That is a bad thing. Why is that a bad thing? I have a pre-law political science degree. I know the game. Ben Carson is clueless to the game. If he says, I'm gonna pray, they're gonna just eat him alive. Oh, you're gonna pray? Okay, you kneel down and pray, and we're gonna go take over the country. He's gonna be meaningless. He's gonna be as meaningless as Herman Cain. They won't even have to send women after him like they did Herman Cain. They'll just ignore him. He will be the 2008 Ron Paul candidate. Just ignore him. No TV's gonna show him nothing. He won't be in any debate, nothing. They'll just ignore him. Well, I've got God on my side. Okay, you have God on your side. That's fantastic. But he is not libertarian. He believes that government can solve problems. He's not libertarian. SwashTube. What, in your opinion, is the best news source on YouTube? I don't watch news on YouTube. I actually go to my sources. I actually go to Russia. I go to Spain. I go to Egypt. And then I ask people on the street, because now I'm friends with a lot of people. I'm friends with people in India. And I ask, 50 Indians, what do you see on the street? 50 Egyptians, what do you see on the street? 50 Syrians, what do you see on the street? Then I go to their newspaper and see what their news. And of course, their news completely contradicts what is reported here in the United States. It's so laughable how the news is in the United States. So as far as YouTube, I don't know. I don't watch news on YouTube. It's not up to the minute a lot of times. What's your view on market anarchism? I'd wager anarcho-capitalism in the hood would reproduce Black Wall Street in one generation. Not even that. Non-aggression principle plus property rights. What is your view on market anarchism? I agree. Anarcho-capitalism, in the time and time again, you have these charlatans like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Louis Farrakhan, who say communism. We have to work together. No, black people, we don't have to work together. We have to work for our own interest. That's been the problem. Black people working for the interest of white people, even when white people don't even ask for it. Massa, is we sick? We sick? Who's sick? No, the master's sick. You're just an idiot slave. Is we sick? What the hell is that? Look out for your own interest. And your own interest says you do trade with black people. That means you open up a store, you advertise to black people. You open up a store, you give discounts and marketing to black people. If you run a restaurant, you trade with the butcher, the black butcher down the street. That's how it works. You open up a convenience store, you trade with the transportation black person in transportation, deliveries, to get your stock. Own self-interest. My own self-interest is that I market to black people. Why? Because black people are, and I know the news tells you different. I know Al Sharpton tells you different. I know even people writing books tell you differently that, black people don't support, but yeah, black people feel far more comfortable in a black store than they do in any other store. Let's talk about Koreans for a second. How many black people go into a Korean store and get harassed and still be expected to spend their money there? You gotta be some kind of idiot to do that. If you walk into a store and they don't treat you like a king or a queen, you need to walk out of the store. Why in the hell? You know what? Black people used to walk 30 miles, barefoot. I know there's some older black people who know what I'm talking about to go to the store. Cause Uncle Charlie down the street over in the other neighborhood had a store and it was open until 10, 12 o'clock at night. And mama said, I need some flour. I need some sugar. I need some butter. Go get it. And you'd have to go get it. Oh, well, the Korean store is right on the corner. Then you need to go around the corner. You don't pay somebody to treat you like a slave in 2015. Oh, well, he's just so convenient. He's so conveniently taking your money and treating you like a slave. And now that he's treating you like a slave and you're still giving him money, he respects you just that much less. You're an ignorant fool for doing it. Joanna McCain, why are you wearing Ushanka in your avatar photo? Are you starting the cooking shows like every Monday, a 1-point meal on a dime? We're in a process of renovating a refrigerator. I don't understand the first question. I don't know what Ushanka. But I will get back to you when I start the cooking shows. Mike Evangelista. Number 1, how do we end racism, white supremacy in America? By ignoring white people. The Japanese did a very good deal of that. I know people don't. What do you mean? You can't ignore white people? Yes, you certainly can. You can ignore Mexican people. You can ignore Asian people. You can, number 1, start your own credit union for black people in a black neighborhood. The credit union then starts lending out money for people to start businesses in the community. And you all should sit down and have a little neighborhood meeting. This is how we're going to proceed for the next 10 years. You also make sure that your property values increase by making sure you upkeep your house. And then you can just start ignoring people. Just ignore them. You can hire private security to be a buffer between you and the racist police. I know there's people say, police aren't racist. You're a goddamn lie. Yes, police are racist. There have been police chiefs around the nations who have made headline news and said, yes, I have racist police on my force and I can't get rid of them because of the police union. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Number 2, what is the biggest check you ever got from YouTube? I can't tell you that. Number 3, are you a member of the secret societies? No. Number 4, do you ever eat fast food? I have eaten fast food. I like cooking, or shall I say, I prefer cooking. I'm not always up to it. And in those cases, I just go get some fast food, but I try and eat at the places where they have to chop up onions and slice the meat and stuff like that. You know, like Arby's, Subway, El Pollo Loco, places like that. Knives Williams. That's Knives Williams. Should the Ferguson protesters trust Anonymous? Well, it's not a case of trust. It's not a case of anything. They can't do anything anonymous, and Anonymous can't do anything to them. We're talking about the protesters, the people standing out on the street protesting. And as far as Ferguson is concerned, there's a lot of false and misinformation coming from the mainstream media. There was a person standing on the street, a reporter standing on the street, and he said that the Ferguson people did not say burn it all down, did not say it. Now, who do we have on record as actually burning something down? We have the KKK coming into Ferguson and burning down the house or the church in Ferguson. We have that on record. But the actual protesters, we don't have any independent confirmation of that. Sweetie June 2010. I just wanted to say I love your channel and you're very intelligent. How do you get all those graphics in your videos? Some of the graphics I actually make myself. Some graphics I take pictures and then I put them in my editing software and I make them. Okay, Cushite 1. Law is your area. I dealt with it last night. A altercation broke out last night and a firearm was discharged. Regardless of what happened, I'm guessing, the best thing is truly to not talk at all, except names and may I go now. Thank you, at Brother Shakaama. It works. It angers them. F them, it works. Well, thank you, Cushite 1. I wanted to reiterate and do another video about that. Wiss Joe 1. Joan Rivers' death. Your opinion. Joan Rivers pissed off Obama, pissed off the feminists, pissed off PETA, pissed off a bunch of people. Now, here is the double standard. Male comedians are ascribed to be comedians. Female comedians are not ascribed to be comedians. Let me repeat that, or let me reiterate. Women who are comedians are held to be telling the truth, being factual, and being honest, and being serious at all time. Joan Rivers had a reputation of saying shocking things. That was her entire deal. She took over for Johnny Carson briefly on The Tonight Show, and she was so shocking that the networks relieved her, because they could not handle what she was saying. We are a nation of children. Oh, the bad woman said bad things. And now the millennials are literally children. Oh, the person said the women with men. Oh, that guy tried to hit on me. Okay. I'm offended by this. I'm offended by that. Yes, you're right. Muslims are evil. Catholics are evil. Mormons are evil. Christians are evil. Religious people are evil. Atheist people are evil. Everybody's evil. What's ironic is when you see the true face of evil, you don't even recognize it. People are always marching in the street talking about how much they love the military. The military, oh, praise the military, blah, 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 blah. And nobody in the military has ever stood up to Obama or Congress and said, no, we're not going to go over there. Those people never fired a shot at us, never did anything to us. We don't even know that people. We don't even know that area. We can't even find that area on a map. That's how insignificant that place is to us. It doesn't even have strategic military value. It doesn't have strategic monetary value to us. We're not going to go over there. And I do blame the military for not standing up. I blame their generals. The generals are in on it. You're sending your children over there. You're allowing your children to join the military, get shot and die for absolutely nothing, less than nothing. They're not defending the Constitution, but you are wrapping the flag around you and we're wrapping it around their coffins. For what? I want everybody to ask themselves, why did Private John Smith die? For what? Why did he die? Every time you hear about a serviceman dying, ask why he died. Why? Because the Constitution spells out exactly when Congress can use the military, when the president can use the military. The president takes an oath of office. Congress takes an oath of office. Why are our children dying in countries you can't even find on a map and you've never even heard of and who have never taken a shot at an American ever, nor even threatened the United States? Why did we go over to Libya and murder a guy we called our ally and then proceeded to take his oil and then proceeded to establish a central bank in his country that did not have a central bank? Oh, he's so mean. He's so mean that he gave out 0% interest loans to his people if they said that they were starting a farm. He got water piped to every household in his entire country, which is majorly desert, mostly desert. He did for his people, but yet they turn around and say, oh, he's a tyrant. He's a tyrant. How? How is he a tyrant? How? What evidence? What proof do you got? And why are we over there murdering him? And Obama should be impeached for that. Impeached. But you're still following along with it. Why? You talk about a collapse. There's a collapse in values. There's a collapse in morality. There's a collapse in maturity in the United States. Anyway, thank you for doing the question and answer portion of our video here. Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show.